To try to bridge the gap between police and the community, Oakland Police Chief LaRon Armstrong is holding conversations with community leaders and residents across the city.
His latest conversation took place today with the Police Commission Chair, who is also president of the East Oakland Youth Development Center. And while some say this is a step in the right direction, other community activists say more needs to be done. KRON 4's Taylor Bisacky reports.
Conversations continue with Oakland Police Chief LaRon Armstrong on Wednesday, this time with Police Commission Chair Regina Jackson about how to solve the city's crime and gun violence issues. Jackson, who's also president of the East Oakland Youth Development Center, discussed the importance of police working with the community, a relationship that Chief Armstrong describes as top priority.
Learning from community about how we could be better, how we could be better in a community, how we could build trust with them, how they would feel much more comfortable being around us was something that I thought was important. It was an important conversation to have, but also it's important that people understand operationally how you function. You would be surprised, and even last night, about how much information people didn't know about the police department.
Chief Armstrong is referring to one of these meetings, a new move in his efforts to find solutions. While some community activists appreciate the steps, they say actions speak louder than words.
They keep trying to direct the conversation. It sounds like me trying to lead a women's help group on how they should do what they need to do best. That's not what we need from OPD. We need them to listen. We need them to hear us, and we need them to take the actions that we're requesting of them. If they do not do that, they cannot build trust.
Coffrey J is the founder and executive director at Hip Hop for Change in Oakland, a nonprofit that works with youth in the city and uses music to amplify marginalized voices. As a former gang member who uses his past as fuel to create opportunities for kids in this city, Jay says neglected neighborhoods need more resources and investment in the youth.
All these kids are trying to find their power and their safety and a way to sustain themselves. It is a society's job to provide that for them. And instead, what we're doing is we're funding the police with almost most of the Oakland's budget to just punish these kids who don't have the resources, who don't have the community programs, who don't have the art classes, and don't have the hope that their educative system isn't going to just try to push them into the prison pipeline.
In Oakland, Taylor Bisacky, KRON 4 News.